There was a freighter storyline going on here too at the same time. The whole thing is we get Saeed and Desmond and Michael, and it pretty much events progressed the way that you would have expected them to. They found out about Michael being the traitor, and Kimi, the big military guy, goes in and kind of slaps Michael around a little bit, tries to shoot him, but it doesn't work, of course, because the island has apparently decided it wants to protect Michael for whatever reason. Obviously, he's important for something. But, this actor that plays Kimi, this guy is really good. I can tell you, I like him. I like the way what he's adding to the show. He looks exactly like that guy that you see in high school that you just don't want to see. That guy just try to avoid because you don't want to get beat up or harassed or made fun of or something. He looks just like that. I could just totally picture him back in high school. He's got this, I don't know, he's just a really good actor. I don't know how he did it. They picked the perfect guy. Of course, I guess they had plenty of time to, but still, they picked the perfect guy to play him. I'm really liking what he's given to the show, and I hope we see a lot more of him. Although I get the feeling probably not, because he had this thing on his arm. What was that thing that he had attached to his arm? I think it's pretty safe to assume that it's some kind of detonation device, and if he dies, it goes off. So I could totally see us getting in a situation where Kimi is almost dead, like he's been shot, and the Losties have to keep him alive so that it doesn't go off because there's no way to take it off or something. So they have to keep him alive to save the island or something. It could be something like that, and that's where the doctors might come in and all that stuff. And since the doctor from the freighter is dead, they're going to have to get Jack to do it. Supposedly, the Losties found this doctor, like, I guess they're saying it's like 12 hours before it actually happened. He already washed up on the shore. And so, does this mean that, well, I don't know, because the doctor might have been floating in the ocean, and if he didn't float in on the right trajectory, you know, because he was dead, then he probably got messed up in time and went ahead in time or something. But if the Losties were like 12 hours ahead of the Freighties, because the Losties have seen this doctor, you know, wash up on shore, which means that they're way ahead in time than the Freighties are. So when the Freighties fly into the island, wouldn't they be going like 12 hours into the future? Or, you know, why wouldn't they have shown up 12 hours earlier? Well, no, that wouldn't make any sense, though. I mean, is there any other reason for the doctor to wash up on the shore other than shock value? Because is it really going to mean anything, or are they going to, I don't know. I'm trying to work that out in my head, because if they're trying to tell us that the Losties are 12 hours ahead of the Freighties, did the Freighties just catch back up to them when they flew into the island, or did they have to fly into just the right trajectory so that they would catch back up? You know, what about Saeed? He's off on this little raft thing. I mean, I don't know how he's supposed to know what his bearing is unless he has a compass or something. I don't know. How creepy was that Claire in the cabin? Oh my god. It's like I said in the comments, somebody's comment section, I said she has this look on her face like, I know something you don't. She's got this weird smile. They show her one time when she's talking to Locke, and then a little bit later, when she's not even a part of the conversation, they show her again, almost like she's just looking on. It's kind of like when, I don't know, I'm trying to think. There's been situations in movies where two people are doing something and there's a third person watching, and sometimes they show the third person even though he has nothing to do with it. Sort of like maybe, well, I keep thinking of like when Luke and Darth Vader are fighting with the lightsabers in Return of the Jedi, and then they show the Emperor watching, you know, and he's just like enjoying watching it happen. And because maybe somehow he orchestrated the whole thing, and he kind of did. But did Claire orchestrate all this? Maybe because she seems like suddenly really powerful. I mean, a lot of people are saying now she's dead, and it makes total sense, too. I mean, they're saying she died when the missile hit her house and blew it up. I'm thinking, yeah, that pretty much makes sense, because that would explain why Miles keeps looking at her, because he can speak to the dead. I mean, I don't know, because they led us to believe that he could communicate with the dead, but there was nothing in the episode where he was in that guy's bedroom to indicate that he could actually see the guy. He could only hear him. So, when he was, with Carl and Danielle, you know, he wasn't seeing ghosts of them or anything. He was just hearing what happened. So when he sees Claire, I don't think that necessarily means that she's dead. Oh my God, this time travel thing is just driving me crazy. I mean, I think it's pretty much safe to assume that Richard is time traveling. If he's the same, he either time travels or he doesn't age. I mean, it's one or the other. But now that we've seen him in the past seeming to have knowledge of the future, I think it's safe to say, well, he's time traveling. He's gone off to the Orchid. Hell, as far as that goes, when Ben sent him off to the temple, that's probably what he's doing right now. Like, we haven't, because it's really been weird. It's weird that we haven't seen what's going on with him and the rest of the others at the temple. What did they do? Where did they go? I mean, they went to the temple, sure. What have they been doing since then? What have they been doing for the last week or so? You know, while all this other stuff has been happening with the freighter. Yeah, so I do believe that's all I have to say. Can you even see me? I don't know. This thing is not... Yeah. Okay. Take care, y'all, and I'll see you next time.